Sue Rose Minahan, Talk Cosmos. This is our chat edition for every day, and I am with Elizabeth Liz Muschett of the Moonbeam team. And we are talking, Liz is specifically going to help us talk about manifesting this new moon, Capricorn new moon, that's occurring on January 12th. Hi, Liz.
Hi, Sue. Thanks for having me back. We're at new moon time again, and Sue's going to share the chart so we can see the astrology chart for the new moon. And I believe she's used Hawaii as the place. But I want to talk about Eris is square the sun, the moon, and Pluto. And so it's like taking a look at our shadow to make healing adjustments to, do we want to go through? Do we want to see the same way? So, it's like time to start manifesting and letting go and doing some healing. Also, Chiron, the wounded healer, is in Aries, and it is square to Venus in Capricorn. So it's, to me, backing up what I just said about our shadow being shown, so our wound perhaps, or something that's being brought to light, and let's heal it in a loving and caring way. So I want to talk about manifesting with the new moon, and I've broken it down to 3 sections of release, manifest, and activate. So it's my suggestion that you write down on pen and paper of the things that you want to let go of. And you can start doing that 2 or 3 days before the new moon. And, if you're not going to have time 2 or 3 days before, you can even start a few days before that, or even on the new moon. So it's pretty flexible. And after you've written them down, I like to rip it up in pieces and throw it in my fireplace because it feels like a process. Oh, but before we rip it up and throw it in the fireplace, we need to read it out loud. And if you don't have somebody that you feel confident to read it out loud to, read it to yourself looking in the mirror and then do it. So as an example for myself, I want to release things that I don't need in my house anymore. And I've been kind of working on that little by little, getting rid of a few things. So Sue, do you have anything that you're working on to release?
I do, because we've moved to Hawaii, which is a different time zone. I would like to release and adjust the differences between the time zones for scheduling and understanding that and adapting to my new location.
Oh, that's a great one. And then the next part is manifest. So you can write down your desires and wishes. I suggest at least 3 and up to 10, and lots of times you can combine them. If you have more time to spend, you could draw, you could do a little vision board with pictures from magazines, cut them out, words. So it could be a process that takes a little time, and I would suggest starting that right around the new moon, or you could be a little bit before or a little after. And, take your time. It's like you don't have to do it all in one sitting, but you can if you have the time, and to be, working on that. And I really like to write things out. So like if you have time for a vision board, I write on the board that I'm doing my vision board, I write a whole bunch of stuff on that first, and then I paste my pictures that I've cut out and words from magazines. So Sue, do you have anything that you're wanting to bring in for this Capricorn new moon?
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, I would like to, it's pretty deep, but I want to manifest my short term and long time priorities. I have many goals, and sometimes it's conflicting how to get them in order. So it's incremental. but I know that that way it's like a structure that I can function with. So I hope that's clear to.
Yes, I've worked on that in the past, and was guided to do three, prioritize the top three of what I wanted to work on. And it could be reprioritized every single day
Yes.
if I wanted, I had permission. And then so it was really cool that, okay, maybe number two gets dropped to number four and number four gets put up to number two or something like that. So that's a great one. I like that, Sue.
Oh, and I'm very enthused to get that liberty to let that evolve. Thank you. That's great.
Well, and I want to manifest that I'm writing on my blog more regularly, because it's like lots of times there's lots of little gaps. So that's one of the ones that I want to bring in for this Capricorn new moon.
And may I ask, Liz, while we're here, that would be on your website. Is that correct? Liz
Yes,
Muschett, or else A Light Path.
yes,
Okay.
lizmichette.com or
And that'll be
lightpath.
down below in the comments too, or in the description. Very good.
Right. And so I encourage you to take your time through these processes. And then the last process is called activate. And this is like when you're complete with that. And I like to wait a day or two after the new moon, because lots of times we can see a
Mm.
sliver of the moon. So that's like igniting and putting that spark into what we're asking for. But maybe that won't work out for you. So you could light a candle perhaps if you want. Keep it simple. It's like whatever is easy, do. So it's like putting that into activation by lighting a candle or waiting till that um, new moon, the sliver shows. So I hope you have fun with that. You can make it more complicated. You can like maybe take a bath in your release part and, go outside and look at the stars, perhaps, because the stars would be, um, you'd be able to see the stars. So that's kind of fun. Um, so do we want to look at the chart, or did you have something else to add about new moon manifesting? Because the new moons are great times to manifest with.
I just love this seed factor. In fact, I have a notebook. It's beautiful because that's open, and I'm looking forward to doing this on a monthly basis because it's in a sense like a diary of our hopes and dreams. And we can, as you know, I think also with the lunations, that this new moon will relate to the full moon next summer in when the sun is in Cancer. And so perhaps then I can begin to get a reflection of what was I really hoping for, and how did this work, and what can I do then to work with it. So we'll see how this goes. That's part of my priority. No, I'm happy to go with the chart here, Liz.
Okay, well, and if we use the lunar gestation cycles and we look back to January of 2018, that was when we had started the last new moon gestation cycle, even though they repeat every year and do a 3-year cycle. And so this is starting a new one. And so in January of 2018, I had moved to Camino Island. So I was having a new home and recreating from the ground up, because I'd come back from Puerto Rico after the hurricanes in late October of 2017. So then I moved to Camino. So it's like I started a whole new phase. So I'm really excited about this because now I'm starting a new one. And this gestation cycle will last until January of 2024.
Oh my
So
goodness.
I encourage everybody to plant some new seeds.
That is just spectacular. I can recognize this. I feel too, despite the transitions on a personal level and a collective level, that it is reshifting so many into new opportunities. And I guess that's my message to myself, is to realize that we have opportunity. Well, that is about our time. Thank you, Liz.
Thank you for having me, and I look forward to coming back and sharing some more.
Oh, absolutely. And of course, with the Moonbeam team, it'll be a regular. So Blessings. Okay.
Thank you.